There are almost 58 million electric cars on the road right now. 1 in every 4 new cars sold this year will be electric. Most of the people buying them have no clear picture of what they actually purchased. Not because they're uninformed, but because nobody has explained it properly. This is that explanation from the battery chemistry to the motor to why your car slows itself down and recharges in the process. The story does not begin with Tesla. It begins with a Scottish businessman named Robert Anderson, sometime between 1832 and 1839, who attached a crude electromagnetic motor to a carriage. The batteries weren't rechargeable and the range was negligible, but the concept existed. Thomas Parker, the same engineer who electrified the London Underground, built the first fully electric production car in 1884. Carl Benz introduced his gasoline-powered vehicle 2 years later in 1886. Electric vehicles did not follow internal combustion. They preceded it. By 1900, electric cars accounted for roughly 38% of all vehicles on American roads. New York City operated a fleet of more than 60 electric taxis. When the batteries ran low, the electric vehicle company didn't wait for a slow recharge. They converted an old ice skating rink on Broadway into a battery swapping station, dropping depleted packs out of the bottom of each taxi and rolling in fully charged replacements. In the 1890s, what ended that era was not technology. In 1899, a Belgian racing driver named Camille Janazzi had already pushed an electric vehicle past 100 kilometers per hour. What ended it was price. By 1912, an electric car still cost $1,750. A Ford Model T cost $650. That same year, Charles Kettering's electric starter motor eliminated the dangerous hand crank that had been one of gasoline's primary drawbacks, and with it went the electric car's most compelling advantage. By 1935, electric vehicles had effectively disappeared from American roads. It took another 87 years before annual global sales exceeded 10 million. The foundation of every modern electric vehicle is the traction battery pack. Not a single battery, a pack, typically composed of hundreds to thousands of individual lithium-ion cells arranged in modules inside a structural housing that sits flat in the vehicle's floor. Each cell functions on the same basic chemistry as a consumer battery, scaled up and managed precisely. In 2023, EV battery packs ranged from 21 kilowatt-hours on the low end to 123 kilowatt-hours on the high end, with an average of 80 kilowatt-hours. The kilowatt-hour measures stored energy, the electric equivalent of gallons in a fuel tank. 2 battery chemistries dominate the market. NMC, nickel manganese cobalt, offers higher energy density and is common in vehicles prioritizing maximum range. LFP, lithium iron phosphate, is heavier but cheaper, longer lasting through charge cycles, and safer from a thermal standpoint. Together, NMC and LFP account for more than 90% of all EV battery sales globally, according to Bain & Company. LFP reached 41% of global EV battery market share by capacity in 2023, driven heavily by China's mass market demand. LFP is currently about 30% cheaper per kilowatt hour than NMC, according to IEA data. Battery cost is the central economic variable in this industry. Batteries represent 30 to 40% of an EV's total purchase price. Between 2010 and 2024, the price of a lithium-ion battery pack fell by 90%. In 2024 alone, prices fell a further 20%, the largest single-year decline since 2017, driven largely by competition among Chinese manufacturers. In China, 2/3 of all electric cars sold in 2024 were priced below their gasoline equivalent without any purchase subsidy. In the United States, battery electric cars were still 30% more expensive than comparable gas vehicles that same year. When the driver presses the accelerator, stored electricity flows from the battery pack as direct current to a component called the inverter. Most modern electric motors run on alternating current, so the inverter converts the power and, critically, controls the frequency of that alternating current. Higher frequency produces faster motor rotation. That frequency modulation is how the vehicle manages speed. There is no throttle cable, no fuel injection system. The inverter handles power delivery electronically, which is why the response between input and output is measured in milliseconds. The alternating current then enters the electric traction motor, where it creates a magnetic field that causes the rotor to spin. The rotor connects to the drivetrain, which connects to the wheels. An internal combustion engine requires around 200 parts to convert fuel into motion. An electric drivetrain accomplishes the same result with roughly 17 components. Because electric motors produce torque from 0 RPM, there is no need for a multi-speed transmission. Gasoline engines require multiple gears because they only generate useful power within a limited RPM range. An electric motor operates efficiently across its entire speed range, so most EVs use a single fixed ratio drive. The practical result is smooth, immediate acceleration with no shift delay and no gear changes. When the driver lifts off the accelerator or applies the brakes, the motor reverses its function and operates as a generator. Forward momentum flows back through the drivetrain, spins the rotor, and the resulting electrical current returns to the battery pack. This is regenerative braking. Under stop-and-go urban conditions, this process can extend a vehicle's range by up to 50%, according to EV battery research data. It is also why electric vehicles tend to perform more efficiently in city driving than on the highway. The opposite of a gasoline vehicle, which reaches its highest efficiency at steady highway speeds. The efficiency difference between the two drivetrains is substantial. Electric powertrains convert over 85% of stored electrical energy into vehicle motion. Internal combustion engines convert approximately 30% of the energy in gasoline into motion. The remaining 70% is lost as heat and mechanical friction. Temperature management is a significant engineering concern in EVs. The battery pack and power electronics generate heat during operation, and the thermal system maintains them within a safe operating range. Cold weather increases the internal resistance of lithium-ion cells, which reduces available range and slows charging. This is a documented limitation, more consequential in colder climates, and one that battery engineers are actively working to reduce. The onboard charger is a separate component from the battery, the inverter, and the motor. It receives AC electricity through the charge port, converts it to DC that the battery can store, and monitors voltage, temperature, current, and state of charge throughout the charging session. The onboard charger determines the vehicle's maximum charging speed at level 1 and level 2. The three charging levels have distinct characteristics. Level 1 uses a standard 120-volt household outlet and adds 3 to 5 miles of range per hour. A large battery pack charged from empty at level 1 can take 40 to 50 hours. It functions as a supplemental option, not a primary charging method. Level 2 uses a 240-volt circuit and adds 12 to 40 miles of range per hour, charging most EVs to 80% from empty in 4 to 10 hours. This is the standard for home installation and the most common charger type at workplaces and public locations. Level 3, DC fast charging, bypasses the onboard charger entirely. The AC to DC conversion happens inside the charging station, and direct current is delivered to the battery at high voltage. Most modern EVs reach 80% charge in 20 minutes to 1 hour at a DC fast charger. Charging intentionally slows above 80% to protect cell integrity, which is why most fast charging guidance targets that threshold rather than full capacity. As of June 2024, more than 400,000 EV charging stations existed at over 200,000 locations worldwide. Between 2022 and 2024, the number of public charge points globally doubled to over 5 million. China accounted for 2/3 of that growth. The United States added 20% more public charge points in that period, reaching close to 200,000. The IEA projects that global public charging infrastructure will need to grow 9-fold by 2030 to support projected EV adoption under existing policy frameworks. Maintenance costs reflect the mechanical simplicity of electric drivetrains. A conventional internal combustion vehicle has approximately 2,000 moving parts. An electric vehicle has roughly 20 to 25. There are no oil changes, no spark plugs, no fuel system components, no exhaust system, and no transmission fluid. The U.S. Department of Energy reports that scheduled EV maintenance averages less than 7 cents per mile, compared to approximately 10 cents per mile for gasoline vehicles. Consumer Reports, drawing on real-world data from thousands of vehicle owners, found that battery electric vehicle owners pay roughly half as much for maintenance and repairs over the vehicle's lifetime compared to owners of internal combustion vehicles. The lifetime maintenance cost for a BEV averages $4,600. For a comparable gas vehicle, that figure is $9,200. Regenerative braking contributes to this gap. Because the motor handles most deceleration, conventional brake components experience significantly less wear. Battery replacement is a cost that appears frequently in discussions about EV ownership. Full replacement can range from $5,000 to $20,000 depending on the vehicle. EV batteries are designed to last 10 to 15 years under normal operating conditions. Most manufacturers cover them under warranty for 8 years or 100,000 miles. Full pack replacement is uncommon. Partial module replacement is more typical as battery technology and service infrastructure mature. Global sales data reflects the pace of adoption. In 2024, more than 17 million electric cars were sold worldwide, representing over 20% of all new car sales. The first time electric vehicles exceeded 1 in 5 cars sold globally. China accounted for more than 11 million of those sales, a figure that exceeded total global EV sales from just 2 years prior. The United States reached 1.6 million. The United Kingdom recorded a sales share of nearly 30%. In the first quarter of 2025, global electric car sales were up 35% compared to the same period in 2024. The IEA projects total 2025 global EV sales will exceed 20 million. More than 1 in 4 new cars sold worldwide. IEA Executive Director Fatih Birol stated in May 2025, "By the end of this decade, it is set to be more than 2 in 5 cars as EVs become increasingly affordable. Lithium-ion chemistry will remain dominant through at least 2030, according to Bain & Company. 2 emerging technologies are in active development. Solid-state batteries replace the liquid electrolyte with a solid material, offering higher energy density, faster charging, improved safety, and longer cycle life. Commercial production is approximately 3 to 4 years away. Sodium-ion batteries eliminate lithium, cobalt, nickel, and manganese entirely. The materials most subject to supply constraints and mining concerns. And early commercial vehicles using sodium-ion cells are already in production in China. The trade-off is lower energy density, which limits current applications to smaller, shorter-range vehicles. The supply chain picture carries its own risks. China controlled 80% of global battery cell production in 2024 and supplies approximately 85% of cathode active materials and over 90% of anode materials globally. Battery prices in China were 30% lower than in the United States and 35% lower than in Europe as of 2025, and that gap widened further last year. The IEA identified this concentration as a growing strategic risk in its February 2026 analysis. Battery minerals, lithium, cobalt, nickel, require extraction processes that carry environmental and supply chain costs that exist independently of tailpipe emissions. The average American drives approximately 37 miles per day. A level 2 home charger adds 12 to 40 miles of range per hour. For most drivers, the vehicle charges overnight and is full by morning without active management. The same way a phone charges. The efficiency, maintenance, and fueling economics of electric vehicles favor the majority of typical driving patterns. The limitations, cold weather range, reduction, charging time on long trips, upfront purchase cost, are real and documented. The technical case for electric vehicles is not speculative. In 1899, an electric vehicle broke 100 kilometers per hour. New York City ran electric taxis off a battery swapping operation in a converted Broadway rink. The underlying physics have not changed. What changed between 1935 and 2026 is the battery. Its cost, its energy density, its cycle life. 90% cheaper in 14 years, with further reductions continuing. The machine works, the economics are shifting, the infrastructure is being built. The rest is a matter of pace.